Hey, folks, alive and well. Happy 2023. How long can you go before you stop saying Happy New Year? Happy New Year. I think your birthday is your new year, really. So, anyway, come and join me. Say hello. We're talking about a reset. Excuse me. We're talking about a reset for 2023 for each of the signs. I have all my notes and I have many. So, come join me. Let me see if I can share the screen. Okay, so you'll see here on the screen what we're looking at today, and that is the sun is in Capricorn, and so is Mercury, and it's also retrograde. So, if you don't know me, what you may not know is that I say that the planets don't do anything to you. No, that we are in a cooperation with the cosmos so that everything in your external world reflects you and your choices. That's it. Your furniture reflects your style. Astrology reflects your choices, your talents, your blocks, your limitations, and the solutions that can help you get to where you want to go. So, anytime someone says, "Oh no, it's Mercury in retrograde, that's why things are screwy." No, it's because people are focused elsewhere. That's why things are screwy. That's all it is. Hey, Rikara, welcome. Bring on Virgo rising. Yes, bring it on. Okay, so I have a lot to cover. If you're just joining, I'm talking about a reset for each of the signs and the sun and rising signs. You can also apply it to your moon as well. And I'm going to start with, and of course, it won't reflect there because we'll be here for till Tuesday if I show everybody everything what's going on astrologically. But I'm just going to talk about it. And I want you to get out a pen and a paper and take notes. We're going to start with Aries. Okay, Aries. Okay, what do we got? Well, Jupiter, which represents expansion. Now, just because I'm talking about one particular sign doesn't mean another sign can't benefit, because if you're a sun sign in Aries and your rising sign is Taurus or Virgo or whatever, you're going to be able to benefit by everyone's information. So listen up. Aries, Jupiter is in Aries until May 16th. Now, Jupiter represents expansion, and it also represents overindulgence. So where have you been kind of overdoing it? Or maybe you're focused more on the travel and wanting to get things or get things written or published or study something or teach something. So whatever's going on for you, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, between now and May 16th, you have an extra oomph of that inside you, that you really want to get something done. You're studying something, you're proposing something. It could deal with science as well, or travel, as the travel industry is changing with cruises and flights and things coming back to, I don't want to say normal because there's no such thing, but the world was upside down. But then also Aries, sun, rising, and moon, there is an April 20th, 29 degrees, 50 minutes solar eclipse in your sign. Now, this affects everyone because the sun and the moon have a integral relationship to the earth, and what grows, what gets flooded, what dries up, magnetic fields, and all that stuff. So Aries, sun, rising, and moon, this particular solar eclipse at 29 degrees, look for where these things are in your chart. So if you know, and the eclipses don't start on the day, they're already in play for a lot of people. You start to feel the vibe and the energy. So at least by March, you're feeling this eclipse. And a solar eclipse sheds light on what you've been manifesting and where you're going next. It shows the open doors. And what's also fascinating for you is that as this eclipse energy progresses, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, when we get to July, and I'm looking at my notes because I have so many, July 12th through January 28th of 2025. Yep, you heard me right. So take notes. I'm being very careful to say this correctly. July 12th, 2023 to January 28th, 2025. The North Node enters Aries. North Node. So that is, the North Node represents your open door to the future, where you are headed, where you can benefit. And of course, the South Node will be in Libra. And so that means moving away from indecision, moving away from people who don't support you, or reworking things with people who don't support you so that you can communicate. So when we've got a solar eclipse going on, April 20th, and of course it starts way before that, 29 degrees of Aries, 50 minutes. There's a whole new, I'm not going to sing, a whole new world is opening up. So you want to just turn your head every once in a while and think, what am I doing? How am I feeling? What am I thinking? And that's a powerful thing that's happening for you, Aries, sun, rising, and moon. So now I want to move to Taurus, and a lot of this information might sound like it's being repeated, but it's for a specific sign. And where it shows up in your chart is going to be really interesting. So you want to take note and take notes on what I'm talking about and the dates, because sometimes there are, well, I would say occurrences, celestial occurrences that happen during the year planetarily, right? And you're not being controlled by the planets, but what you're doing is you're growing and you're changing and you're turning in your direction and you're looking in different avenues and saying, what can I do now? This doesn't feel right, right? Okay, so I'm going to move on to Taurus as we progress. So listen to what's happening to Taurus. We've got expansion. By the time, well, let's start with Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus and it's retrograde. It will go direct January 22nd, 2023 through August 28th. And during that time, there's that extra, I know where I want to go. It represents my freedom. It represents, the Taurus says, sun, rising, and moon. It represents the direction I want to go in toward that feeling of accomplishment, whether it be through astrology, science, technology. It could be computers. It could be a computer learning program. It could be travel with your, like Uranus represents the future and the energies of the future. So that means technology, Bitcoin, that kind of stuff, where things go electronic, but they can also be vibrational. So Taurus, between now and August 22nd, coupled with the lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 5th at 14 degrees, how many minutes? I think it's 28 minutes on May 5th. That pull to move towards something is also the pull to let go of something. Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. So what are you going to let go of? It depends on where this falls in your chart, right? So if you're looking for expansion and the lunar eclipse rolls around on May 5th at 14 degrees, and I'm pretty sure it's 28 minutes, but well, let me look at Scorpio because that would tell me. Hang on, love. Nope, don't have it. Sorry. Anyway, that feeling of I need to let something go. Now, where the solar eclipse represents what you're doing, what you're manifesting, it can also be a solar eclipse can be a masculine energy or a masculine person or your own masculine self. The lunar eclipse represents a feminine energy. Now, it can be a part of yourself that has felt victimized or incompetent or insecure, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon, but it can also be a person in your life that you're just like, yeah, we're moving in different directions. And it does not, this person or this situation or this group of people or this ideology that I have does not represent where I'm going. So just like me as a Taurus, I used to believe that the planets did something to you way back when. And then, I would meditate and go through awakenings and realize, oh my gosh, I got stuck at a level. No planet's going to tell me who the boss is. So, and it's just not real. So that's when I evolved into that next level of me and saying, you're empowered when you look at what you're doing. It's not anything outside of you doing anything to you. You are creating it. And this is proven by neuroscience as well. You can study some Bruce Lipton, some Joe Dispenza, and get into the quantum field. So Taurus, sun, rising, and moon, April is 21st to May 14th. There's a Mercury in retrograde in Taurus. April 21st to May 14th, there's a Mercury in retrograde in Taurus, coupled with the lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So you're going to be doing a lot of thinking about what you value about those people, about that person, about your own belief system and values. And it's all fueled by your need and drive and desire for freedom. So with Uranus going direct, January 22nd, it's coming up next week or 2 weeks, through August 28th, you're going to get a lot accomplished because you're going to start shedding the stuff that no longer applies. Oh, that would call for boundaries, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, Taurus. And the bigger news on top of that is because you are guided by Venus, and Libra might want to listen up to this one. We're going to get to Libra as well. We're having a Venus retrograde this year, folks, July 22nd to September 3rd in the sign of Leo. So if you know where Leo is in your chart, Venus retrograde makes an 8-pointed star. So as it moves around, a 5-pointed star. And as it moves around within 8 years, it hits the same places in your chart every time. And so what that means is Taurus and anyone else listening, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon, when Venus goes retrograde in Leo on July 22nd through September 3rd, oh my gosh, there's going to be this sense of, I feel stripped of something old. What are we talking about? You're letting go so that you can move toward freedom. So you're letting go so you can move toward freedom. Are we listening, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon? And so we're going to talk more about Venus in retrograde as the months progress, of course. But just be aware that your guide, and if you have Leo in your chart, let's say you're a Leo sun sign with a Taurus rising sign, or you have a Venus in Leo. So the Venus retrograde is also going to be impacting your sensibilities. And I want you to look back approximately 8 years ago. What was going on 8 years ago in your world, right? We'll to be continued. Okay. Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. Let me take a sip from my new Arte Italica cup. Okay, Gemini, we've got Mars in Gemini right now, going direct on January 12th. You're just a few breaths away from breathing again, because it's been a whirlwind. It's been I don't know how I think or feel. I just have to get it done. It's like burning the candle at both ends and then in the middle. Okay. So by March 25th, when Mars moves into Cancer, you're going to feel a sense of relief and you're going to be focused on, let me move toward money and money making and investing and budgeting, because Gemini, Mars represents momentum. That's it. It's not doing anything to you. So when Mars enters your sign, and it's been there for months and months and months and months, you're wondering, it depends on where Gemini is in your chart, but you're wondering, how do I feel about this thing? Do I really want to do this? I have so much on my plate. I don't have time for that, them, or this thing, but I'm just going to plow ahead. That's what Mars represents. It's the plowing ahead. It's your momentum, but it's also dealing with infections, your head, your some parts of your eyes. Sometimes Neptune is also representational of your eyes. So what do you want to do, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon? You've been going at it, and plow, travel, go, do. Now I want you to sit down and start feeling and start really tuning into Pluto in Aquarius will be trining you this year. And so you're going to go deep. You're going to go deep and figure out what just happened, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. That was like a, wee, Speedy Gonzalez, wee. So what do I want to do now? And why? Why? What's my why, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon? What's my why? I'm not going to just be doing it because, hey, let's go over there and try that. And let's do this over here. We want to do something that means something, Gemini. We want to do something that has purpose and it's fulfilling. So, yeah, you might like your job, or you might say, oh yeah, it's fun to go out with the girls on Friday. And, we go to a thing every week or whatever. But now you might be thinking, as March approaches, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, that's where you need to get out of your head and start getting into your heart space and seeing what's of value to you. When Mars enters Cancer, it's going to be more about nurturing, being at home, redecorating your space, or doing something in your home environment that makes you feel like you're at home in your body. So what can that be? You have to think about that, but you have to feel it more. Feeling is what creates the vibration. And then you focus on something, and then that creates the physical matter. All right, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. So when Pluto in Aquarius, hang on a second. I'm going to get to Aquarius. Oh my gosh. March 23rd through June 11th, Pluto is in Aquarius. So when it is in Aquarius for you, and that's just a taste for Aquarians, it's the idea, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. It's the idea of what from my past is holding me back. What created the momentum to begin with when Mars was in Gemini? I had more responsibilities at work or at home or with family, or I had stuff to do. Or I thought I had stuff to do, or I gave myself stuff to do because I didn't know what else to do. So whatever the motivation, what's your MO? What's your modus operandi? What is the compulsion towards something, Gemini? And that can mean, checking in with that. Wherever Pluto and Aquarius is in your chart, you want to see where you're going to go deep next. And sometimes it has a lot to do with just purging the fear of fill in the blank. All right, Gemini. More to come, of course. Cancer. Cancer. Mars is in Cancer March 25th to May 20th. And during that time, as I just said to Gemini, you're going to be burning the candle at both ends and in the middle. But what's the motivation? What is driving you? And if you're not certain about that, you're going to burn out quicker than most because you're a sensitive sign. And if you've got a moon in Cancer, suddenly it's going to feel like everything's happening at once and I have to stack my stuff and I got to get it done. And then you're going to go ADD, and then you're going to go squirrel, and then you're going to feel sick. Now, Cancer represents home, hearth, family, also the breast area or the chest area. It can also mean stomach and digestion. So what is it that you cannot stomach? Think about that ahead of time, Cancer. Where do you get defensive and you get all knotted up? Because with Pluto in Capricorn retrograde until June 11th, that's that feeling of, I feel the pressure. I just feel the pressure. And it's opposing you right now. Pluto in Capricorn to June 11th. And then from June 11th on, from June 11th to January 2024, Pluto's in Capricorn retrograde. Right now it's in Aquarius, or it will be very soon. So June 11th to January 2024, Pluto will be retrograde in Capricorn. And it's the final push of you going, I need to get over something. So look for Cancer, sun, rising, moon. Look for where Capricorn is in your chart, or if you know your chart, where Pluto is transiting in Capricorn in your chart, because that's the area of your chart that is going to help you clean out the cobwebs from the emotional closet. And you might think, well, it's this way. I got to do it. It's up to me. Or maybe it's a physical issue and you're thinking, oh no, not this again. But what is causing that physical issue? If let's just say you're sitting at your desk now, because Capricorn represents the bones, joints, knees, skin, teeth, the basic structure of your body, Cancer, sun, rising, and moon. Just think about, what is it that you're so intent on getting your work done that you're wearing shoes that hurt your feet. You're not thinking about it because you just got to get it done, and you got to go. And then you have bunions, or you have to have, like new shoes or orthotics put in, or you're craning and your neck is hurting, right? So you want to think about, what is the structure of your life, your body, and in relationship to your environment. Relax, sit back. If you are having a meeting with someone, suddenly you get upset because they are challenging you on some level. You take it in, you take it in, you take it in, you take it in. And then you go home and you lash out at your husband, your wife, your spouse, your kids, or you say nothing and you hold it in, and then you get, indigestion. So Cancer, this year, this reset for you, and that's what this is. I'm talking about a reset for everyone. This reset for you is really to move with the energy of your feeling. What feels right? Well, how's it get done? Well, can it wait 5 minutes till you get centered? Yeah. Spend 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes doing a meditation daily just to get recentered. Where do I want to reset? How do I want to proceed? And then when the May 5th solar eclipse, lunar eclipse in Scorpio comes along, it's also going to trine, which is a positive angle, which means it's going to support you letting go of some old behavior that says you have to hide, that says you have to control it, that says you have to manipulate it, that says you're sick and tired of being controlled or manipulated or feeling the pressure. But where does that come from? Let's go back to Pluto. Somewhere in your childhood, someone pushed you, pushed you, pushed you, pushed you, pushed you, pushed you. And now you're driving yourself. And now that pushing is coming from the inside. So that's what you want to become aware of, Cancer. I hope this makes sense. Please say hello. We're talking about a reset for each of the signs for 2023. And also, you can, let me see, hang on a minute. You can be part of a reset I was just doing before I move on to Leo. I had just done the holiday special, and they were so popular. People wanted to know more about 2023 as a whole. So now we've got an astrology reset reading for 45 minutes for $197. So go on. There's a link right there. So go on and get your reset reading. Okay. So let me move on to Leo now. Hey, Barbie's here, and Rhonda and Sachin. I hope I said that correctly. Okay. So Leo, 2023 for you is going to be really fascinating because it's almost going to be like the shadow comes up. And in the shadow, we were just talking about it with Cancer, but it's a little bit different because you're also going to have a Venus in Leo retrograde. So we start off, let's start off with, let's see. Saturn in Aquarius opposes you through March 7th before it moves into the sign of Pisces. And remember, folks, it's not the planets that are doing anything to you. It's you changing direction based on what you're creating. And a lot of people will say, well, this is what's happening. You know, that person stepped on my toes, or this thing, you know, they want me to do that thing. And it's not my responsibility. Saturn represents responsibility and structure. And so you might feel, all right, I'll just do it because I can. Or you feel the pressure and you're letting the pressure build because you don't want to get angry at anyone, Leo, sun, rising, or moon. And so when you don't get angry at anyone, what do you do with that emotion? What do you do with that energy? Well, that vibration moves out into the world and it creates matter. And that matter comes back to you. And that matter validates your position. So you go, see, told you. I knew they were going to cut my hours. I told you they would ghost me. I knew they were nuts. Or whatever is happening for you, right? So, hey, Kate's here too. So Leo, sun, rising, and moon, Saturn in Aquarius is opposing you through March 7th. Between now and then, you're looking at, hey, who's the boss of me? And why do I feel belittled? Why do I belittle others? Why do I feel like there's so much pressure? Look for where Saturn in Aquarius is in your transiting chart. And maybe you were born with a Saturn in Aquarius. So you're having a Saturn return. So what is the pressure about? Where's the negotiating coming into play? Why do you feel like you have to either be controlled or to control others? And that idea of setting up, or perhaps it has not, maybe you have the best relationships in the world to yourself, to your higher inner being, to friends and family, to coworkers, to employees, employers. Maybe you have the best. And now you're thinking, I want something new. I want to structure a new deal. What can the new deal represent? Well, anything you create from the mind that exists right now is what you put into that deal. So if you're thinking in ways that limit you, like, oh, they'll never go for it. Okay, you just limited your deal. If you're thinking, Yeah, in my industry, they don't pay like they used to. Well, you just limited your deal. You see what I'm saying? Leo, sun, rising, and moon. So you want to not think, oh, I want to write a book, but they already wrote, somebody already did a book about that. So why would they want to read mine? Limited your deal. So we're moving toward freedom. Saturn in Aquarius to me looks like a nun on a motorcycle. Okay. It's like, woo, it's Sister Wendy. It's like, woohoo, I'm going to take my knowledge, my wisdom, my maturity, and I'm going to do something that helps me to feel free. So between now and March 7th, Leo, sun, rising, and moon, I want you to really focus on that because Pluto also opposes you through June 11th in Aquarius. And it's that same kind of the past is being dredged up. Who does the person in front of you remind you of from your past? What does the situation in front of you that is happening right now remind you of your past? Were you abused by a parent? Did you fall and break a bone and it hasn't healed or set right? And you feel like, oh, I better be careful. It's snowing out. And so you're limiting your life experience instead of creating your own mindset. Do you know the body has the ability to create its own morphine? Yes, you have that ability. So then where does the limitation come in? You're fighting the resistance now. And the solar, I keep saying solar, the lunar eclipse in Scorpio also is a nudge in that. And it can deal with a parent. It can feel like, oh, my mom's old and aging and I need to take better care of her, but that means I have to put my business on hold. Or when my mom was going through this 5 years ago in December, she left the planet and there's no internet at my mom's house. So I had to stop work for a while I was at my mom's house taking care of her. So Leo, sun, rising, and moon, if you have a grandparent or a parent or you're taking care of someone or you're in the care industry, you might feel extra put upon right now. And so now this is when the transitions begin to happen. And this is when it's like something goes this way, but something goes that way. And you're thinking, this wonderful thing just happened, but my grandma, my mom, my mother-in-law, my auntie, she's leaving, she's passing on. So there's a lot of mixed emotion, Leo, sun, rising, and moon, and I want you to become really, really aware that by July through September, this is when we get to the crux of the matter, because that's when Venus is retrograde in Leo. And when Venus is retrograde, it hits the same places in your chart every 8 years until it finishes the 5-pointed star. It's also called the lotus. And so approximately 7 to 8 to 9 years ago, depending on the degree, you look back and you say, who was I 8 years ago, approximately, Leo? Because by the time July through September rolls around, you're rethinking, who do I want to be? And what about that woman that's in my life? What about the woman who just left my life? Maybe you have a pet who's a female who might need attention. So there's a lot in the mix and it's very emotional. You just need to stay grounded in focused on where your freedom lies. Where is the path to freedom? All right, Leo, we're moving on to Virgo now. Thanks for joining me, folks. All right, we're almost halfway through. It's like speed dating. Okay. Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. We have Neptune in Pisces, which opposes you through March 30th of 2025. Let's just lay the foundation with that. It's been opposing you for years. And it doesn't mean it's a negative thing. It just means it's bringing up, where's your magic? Where's your sense of spirituality? Where in you have you stopped listening to your intuition? Where have you become addicted to something? Whether it's a chemical, a person who's addicted to a chemical, or the idea addicted to an idea of victim. Because between now and March 30th of 2025, this is still in the mix and it's still the foundation until Neptune moves into Aries at that time. And so between March 7th, now I want you to take notes, people, write this down. Between March 7th and May 24th of 2025, that's right, You heard me correctly. Saturn will be in the sign of Pisces, and all Aquarians are going, yay! I don't feel so put upon. I don't feel so much pressure. Okay, so Saturn represents the structure. Saturn represents the responsibility. So I say your only responsibility is the ability to respond to how you feel, because that vibration is creating matter, folks. And so when Saturn is in Pisces, in your sign, in your opposite sign, Virgo, what it's doing is showing you, look back 14 years, look back 7 years, and then 14 years. Look back 14 years. Who were you? How did you feel? What were you doing? Did you feel the limitations? Did you feel insecure? Did you have difficulty with bones? Was there osteopenia involved in the matter? Did you have teeth issues? Skin, bones, teeth, hair, nails, and all the things that grow from the structure? Or was it about work? Did you feel pressure, burdened? Did it feel like I had to overcome an addiction, or I had to stop in my tracks and think about, why do I feel like I have no power? 14-ish years ago, 7-ish years ago. Think about it. Because Virgo, sun, rising, and moon, when July 10th through August 27th rolls around, you're going to have Mars in Virgo. And Mars represents your momentum. And momentum, as I said earlier, with Mars doesn't mean the planet's doing anything to you. What it represents is you wanting to move forward in a very strategic way. But I say that foundation of victim might still be there. So it might be motivating you to go, oh, it's okay. Yeah, I'll stay up all night and watch your baby while you go out and have a party with your friends, says grandma or something. You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't feel like doing it, don't do it, and say so. Say so in a kind way. It's like, yeah, that doesn't work for me, but thank you so much for the suggestion. All right, Virgo, you don't have to get persnickety about stuff, or you don't have to feel like, well, then they said this, and then they did this, and then we did this, and then they did that, and then it didn't work, and and you come right back to the center, and you go, wait a second, that didn't do me any good. So you want to get out of your thoughts, and we want to stop judging. Yes, you're a sign, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon, that wants to facilitate healing and to right the wrong and to help others feel like they matter. So community, group organizations, working with, politicians in your town. It's like you want to champion the thing that feels like the truth. But that doesn't mean you have to judge what isn't your truth. Let people live the way they want to live, and take the focus off of that and put it on what gives you joy. Now, if what gives you joy is helping other people, great, but you must have a boundary. If you're thinking, I have to let go of something, or, oh my God, I can't go near them. They're vegans. I don't even want to talk about them. Okay, so you have to watch your judgments, number one. Now, if you're the kind of person who doesn't have that, then you've polarized as a Virgo, and you're allowing others to create boundaries for you that they keep moving depending on the other person's needs and desires. So then you become a piece in a game. Not going to let that happen either. So you have it in you to create such beauty through the earth, whether it be herbs or dance or spirituality, or helping to set up someone's systems in a business, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. So when July 10th through August 27th rolls around, I have to say, of all the signs, you have it the easiest right now, because you're just going to sit back and you're going to move. You're going to flow with it. You're going to go with it, because you just came out of a period of, 7 years ago. And it could have lasted a few years. It wasn't just like 7 years ago, today, 7 years ago. But between July 10th and August 27th, you get to that place of saying, I want to do what I want to do, and I'm going to go over there. You can come with me. If not, that's okay. No problem. No problem. Like Tom Papa says, the stand-up comic, hey, look at you. You're doing great. You got out, you got dressed. So what? You gained a few pounds. You're doing great. So there's going to be more of an acceptance for you to feel what you want to feel without apology, without having to explain yourself. Okay. That's what this opposition from Saturn um, does, because in another 7-ish years, it'll be in your sign. And so 7 to 14 years, I'm sorry. So you want to look at what's your progress? What have you done for yourself? And I don't mean like, oh, did you win an award? Did you make this much money? That's maybe if that's progress for you, that's progress. But for me, it's being as kind and compassionate in as many moments as possible. It's being as present as I can be with myself and my needs. To me, that is the avenue of perfection, because you're already perfect. You're a divine being. You're a celestial divine being, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. Lighten up. You got it easy. You got it easy this year. So it's going to be moving toward you giving more to yourself in a way that feels organized. If you find clutter anywhere in your life, Virgo, that's a sign that you are emotionally withheld. That's a sign that you're not allowing yourself to feel or to let go of the past. All right, let's move on to Libra now. Libra, oh my gosh, I wrote so many notes, I have to read them. Let's start with March and April. Sun, Jupiter, Mercury are in Aries, March and April, opposing your sign. So that's going to feel like a challenge. It's going to feel disharmonious. Is that a word? And you don't like that. You don't like that feeling, because as neutral as you can be and as diplomatic as you can be, you are the hand. What is it? The phrase, the fist with the velvet glove. It's like you get the sucker punch or you give the sucker punch. And that means you go to extremes. So Libra, sun, rising, and moon. Yeah, just pay attention along the way, daily. How you feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? They just did something, said something. How do I feel about that? You know what? They said it. It bothered me, but it's not about me. So if it doesn't affect your paycheck or your work environment or your health, state of health or well-being or your home and family, it's an opinion. Everybody's going to have an opinion. Let's all laugh. It's called Earth. Okay, Libra, sun, rising, and moon. So when the Aries solar eclipse at 29 degrees hits, it is opposing you. So that means you're being called out on a behavior that you have had, and there is a contradiction involved. So you might say, a Libra rising actually said this to me months ago. It's like, you bought me a plant and I didn't like it. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. But okay. I'm sorry. I give you a gift. That to me, that was the gift, that I thought about you enough to give you something. But they held this energy in and then said it to me in a kind of a sideways. It's like, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But that's that person's perspective. Where I was coming from was not to cause harm, not to do anything, but to celebrate this person by giving them a plant. And I did. They held it in, they didn't like it, and then they told me months later, as if I had done something really wrong. So you want to think about how you feel and how you're expressing. And if you come out sideways, that's not harmonious, is it? That's your goal, Libra. Libra, sun, rising, and moon. That's your goal. When Mars enters Libra, August 27th through October 11th, you're feeling more motivated to go get it. Whatever it is, you want to go get it. You want to go get that new job. You want to have more romance in your life. You want to clean out the closets and organize, your spice rack, whatever. You have that get up and go feeling. But let me add to that, July 12th through January 28th, 2025, July 12th through January 28th, 2025, South Node in Libra comes along, which means the North Node is in Aries, which means you're going to be asked to step up and give an opinion without thinking you're going to hurt somebody's feelings. Because When you hold it in, you hurt your feelings. When you let it out, you think it's, so you don't let it out. So then the extremes become like prevalent. So it's a little at a time. It's like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me think about it. Because your thing is to evaluate in order to bring justice to situations, but you need to feel it. And you need to express those feelings in ways that are not harmful to you or anyone else. So there's a delicate balance, right? But it's just being present with how you feel. That's all. And that's what Aries is going to teach you. It's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like the taste of that chocolate. Okay. So if I said to you, if you said to me, you're a Libra, sun, rising, or moon, and you said to me, I love this pen. It's the best pen in the world. And I go, oh, yeah, I tried it. I don't like the color. I don't like writing with black ink. And you take offense to that, then that is your sensibilities needing to like get a little bit tougher skin and say, oh, okay, that's her, that's him, that's them, that's not me. And so then when you speak to someone or you are expressing to someone, you want to make sure that it is not from a withheld place, like, yeah, oh, with a smile, oh, I'll get that done. Sure, sure, employer, employee, yes, government, yes, husband, wife, sister, brother, mother, friend, whatever. Yes, I'll get that done. And the smile's on the face, but inside you're like resenting it. That is so disharmonious. Okay. You need to come up to speed with how you feel and just say it. Yeah, I don't know if that's for me. Thank you, though. Right? It's a simple thing. It just takes practice. And so when Venus goes retrograde, July 22nd through September 3rd in Leo, even though you're a Libra, unless you have Leo, you're going to really go deep with what you really want. And so look in your chart, Libra, sun, rising, and moon, and see where Leo is in your chart. Because when Venus goes retrograde, your guide, your muse, your astrological leader, it's going to be, what do I really want? Oh my gosh. It feels like I have so many judgments. Suddenly you think to yourself about, I remember a Libran long time ago. She had beautiful glasses and they were tinted. And I just turned, we were watching kids play soccer and I turned to her, one of the moms at the school, like 20 years ago or whatever. No, it's 15 years ago. And I said, oh gosh, those glasses are gorgeous on you. They just like, wow, it looks like you have makeup on. It's like, and I couldn't tell if she had makeup on. And she said, yeah, I wear them instead of makeup because, have you seen some of these moms? They come in like in full dress with their mascara. And I'm thinking, oh, I stepped away. It's like, why such a harsh judgment against someone who wants to feel good? You want to get a facelift? Get a facelift. You want to wear makeup? Don't wear makeup. You want to wear pajamas when you drop your kids off at school? I don't care. Why do you? Why does it bother you? And so you want to look at your self-judgments, Libra, sun, rising, and moon, and you want to see where you can be kinder to yourself, the feminine aspect. And also check your finances. It depends on where Libra, I'm sorry, it depends. I'm playing with a rubber band. It depends on where Leo falls in your chart. All right. So take that into account and realize that the overall theme for you this year is really to know how you feel and to be able to express that without the idea of harm, because you may not like the way someone speaks. So you don't want to be them. So you do the opposite and then you don't say anything. But yet it's the same energy. You become them. It's like, well, why didn't you let me know? It's okay. I could close the window at the office. I didn't know you've been freezing for 2 months and now you're resenting me and you're not talking to me, or it's like, what the heck? It's time to grow. And so that's what's going to come your way, especially when the South Node comes into Libra. You've been there, done that. Now you want to take a stance in a kind way. That's all. It's not that hard. I learned how. I expressed anger I'm a Taurus, but so I get the not wanting to harm. But I have a very strong opinion about a lot of things, but I don't care what you do as long as you don't, dump crap on my lawn. Be kind, be compassionate. That's it. That's all it takes. 29 years ago, what am I saying? When I was 29, I learned how to express anger for the first time. I was 29 years old. People look at me and go, you, what? You mean? And I was like, I held it in. I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I was hurting myself in the process. All right. Moving on to Scorpio. Is this helping? Rikara says, Leo also resonates with me, Vedic. So if this is helping, please let me know. Hi, Kathy. Share, like, subscribe, thumbs up if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever you are. Thank you. Okay. I'm doing this extra time here because there's a Thursday this month that I won't be here. So I'm giving you this extra info so that you can benefit for the rest of your year. And also remember, I'm offering a reset for 2023 for each of the signs. It's 45 minutes with me. They were so popular with the holiday that people wanted to know more about certain things going on this year. So that's what I've created. So there it is. Let's move on to Scorpio. Okay. We're going to hit the ground running. Scorpio, Uranus, which represents freedom, revolution, science, technology, astrology, can be religion as well, in a like a new age kind of way. I didn't know what else to say in that moment, but it's in Taurus and it opposes you. And it has been opposing you. And so that feeling of, I need to do something that makes me feel free. I'm tired of the old crowd. I got to do something else. I need to really value what I'm doing. And so that's your internal push for the past few years. And then we move into May 5th with the lunar eclipse at 14 degrees, 58 minutes of Scorpio. So it's in your sign. You got to let go of something, honey. Just got to let it go. Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. What are you fighting? What are you so fixed on and keeping? Got to keep control. Got to have it. Got to have it. Got to have it. Or what is it that you're not communicating that you need to be talking about? Because this lunar eclipse deals with emotions for you and a woman or a sensitivity. And in order to have that freedom that you want, you and Taurus might be sharing a lot of similar emotions. And I want to say your prospectus for the year, if you're in business, you have to come up with, well, here's what we want to do. Here's our marketing agenda. So now I want you to look in the mirror, Scorpio, sun, rising, moon, and say, here's my inner marketing agenda. I want to feel my feelings and stop feeling like I'm getting hurt. If you have little aches and pains, or I just broke a finger, or I hurt my elbow, or I twisted my ankle, or I can't believe it, I hit my knee on the car door. What the heck? I've got a brace on. If you have tiny little injuries, we're looking at you're feeling something, but you're up here about it and you're not paying attention. Now, if you are paying attention, then what comes is letting go of the direction you thought you were supposed to go in and accepting what keeps coming to you. Now, there's two sides to that. If you keep getting rear-ended at the supermarket, right? It doesn't mean that you're meant to be rear-ended at the supermarket. It just means that there's a part of you that's not paying attention. There's a part of you that's not dealing with the angst, the anger, the frustration, the victimization, the idea of loss of power. So you are creating your reality. This is for everyone. You're creating your reality by how you think and what you feel and what you feel. Well, how you think is what you put out, and how you feel is what you magnetize and put out. And it comes back and it keeps going. So I feel this, but let me think about it. And then it goes out there and says, yeah, I'm going to get that done. I'm going to go get that done. And so you go get that done. And then something comes back to you and it's like, hey, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I put out into the world. Well, consciously, 5% is what you're putting out. 95% is the unconscious part. Or it's the part that you're not fully aware of. So this lunar eclipse brings to you a realization, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, or a woman, or a feminine energy, could be a gay person, a non-binary person. And it brings to you this situation to tap you on the shoulder and say, just want to let you know, this is your behavior. These are your words. These are your actions. They are not congruent. And so we want to find congruency. We want to find something, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, that makes sense to how you're thinking and feeling and what you're putting out there. And what you can do in the meantime is every 20 minutes, stand up. All right, if you're at a stand-up desk, then sit down. You just want to change the behavior. If you have a routine, now this is for everyone, but especially Scorpio, who can get fixed. If you have a routine and it's, I come home from work, I change my shoes, I get a cup of tea, blah, blah. I look at a recipe, I think about what I want to make for dinner. Okay, now you're going to come home from work. You're going to kick off your shoes, and I want you to do something completely different. Go to the computer and look up your whatever. Look up an old friend on Facebook. Just do something completely different, because when you do different things, you create new neural pathways. And those neural pathways are going to help you. It's a little uncomfortable at first. I'm not used to doing it that way. It's like, okay, fold your hands, everybody. And then if you've been folding your hands and your thumb, that your left thumb is always on top, now fold your hands the other way and put your right thumb on top. Oh, that feels weird. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Simple little things like that. Like if you always pick up the cup with your right hand, now pick it up with your left hand. You see what I'm saying? If you dial a phone with your right, or if you're on a cell phone, and you do the one thing, or you do two thumbs, now hold it in your opposite hand. And look, we're going to switch some energy up, because getting you uncomfortable first that's not really the goal. It's what is going to happen, because you're already uncomfortable about something. And so that needs to come up and out. Does that make sense, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon? Because when we get to October, we're going to shoot all the way to October, because this energy is going to last for you all year. And it's going to be proactive. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be revelatory, tongue twister. And it's going to help you realize that by October 28th, 5 degrees, 9 minutes of Taurus lunar eclipse. Oh, I get it. Oh my gosh, I get it. Your behavior is going to be projected into the world. This is for everyone, but especially now for Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon. Your behavior is going to be projected into the world, and what you're going to get back is you. You're going to see you. You're going to see you that you love, you that you are empowered by, you that you don't like so much, and you that you're going to do something about, but without extremes. No extremes. Because July 12th leaves Scorpio, South Node leaves Scorpio. And so you've got the nodes travel in pairs and opposites. Right now, there's North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio, and it's going to leave the South Node in Scorpio. But if you look back 19 years, the South Node was in Scorpio. Who were you then, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon? What were you doing then? You're so much different now, right? Now, imagine what it's going to look like in another 19 years. It's going to be so much different. Project who you are into the future, but feel it now, because feeling it now is going to bring it to you that much sooner. That's what I was trying to say about the brain putting it out and the heart magnetizes. You're going to feel it, but you have to feel the thing you want. And without remorse, without fear of condemnation, it's opening up, Scorpio. You're going to open up a little bit more and lighten up and have fun and really become more empowered over your power, because you have it. And you have to do something with it. It's just, you are it. And that's the power that manifests. We're going to leave that there. We're going to move on. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I do have one more note. That Saturn in Pisces will trine you March 7th through May of 2025. And during that time, it's going to help you stabilize and check in. Meditate every day. Meditate every day. When Mars moves into Scorpio November 22nd through January 2nd, 2024, it's going to motivate you forward. So everything we're talking about is going to be that motivation forward, out of the old and into the new. Sagittarius. Is this helping? Is this entertaining? Is this informative? Okay, folks, Sagittarius. Here we go. My hair looks like I have 1970 bangs. I don't know what that means, but my hair was so poofy yesterday because we had rain and snow, and now it just dropped. I guess the barometer's dropping. Sagittarius, Jupiter in Aries is trining you to May 16th. And that means freedom to love, to choose, to travel. Isn't that your key word? But I want to warn you, caution, that with the solar eclipse in Aries as well on April 20th at 29 degrees, 50 minutes, see where that is in your chart, Sag? sun, rising, and moon, that's where you're going to have the most activity. Now, I know a Sagittarius rising who has a lot of grandkids. And I have a feeling there's going to be more news about more grandkids. So get the naps in now because you're going to be busy. So Sagittarius, sun, rising, and moon, wherever Aries is in your chart, that's a very active center for you. So you want to prepare for it as well. And with the North Node in Aries on July 12th through January 28th, 2025, there's a whole lot of new stuff happening. It's like a whole new generation of you is being born, no matter what your age is, sun, rising, or moon. And it just has this feeling of, I'm entering a new world where I'm excited about it. So I said Virgo had it easier, did I? Or no, I said Virgo had it easier. I think, Sag, you're going to equal this because Mars enters Sagittarius November 24th through January 4th, 2024. And when it does, it couples with Venus in Sag. December 29th kicks off 2024 for you. So between now and 2024, there is nothing but forward motion. It's like, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to go there. Oh, I got to do that. So when you have these things in play, you need to, this is the caution part. Please pay attention to your body. Sagittarius, sun, rising, and moon, because Aries can represent the head. Are you getting dizzy? Are you feeling, do you have headaches? Do you have an infection? Aries can also represent fevers. So, just take it slow in between speeding up. That's all. And with the North Node, it's moving toward a direction of publishing, writing, being involved somehow in the medical industry or the world of healing and helping you to create and help others create ideas or solutions. And you may not be the person who comes up with the idea, but you may not be the person who comes up with the business, but you come up with ideas for the business and then you're off to somewhere else. So you could be a consultant this year. You could be someone who double checks if you're a copywriter, or a writer, you could be an editor or someone who double checks someone's work so that you get the final stamp of approval. You have that power, and that's a beautiful thing. And so you moving forward this year is just an indication that there's been a lot of circling the drain the past couple of years. It's like, oh, I had a job. It was okay. I made the money. I paid the bills. I did the thing, but it got me, a train ticket to Istanbul. Or because that's you wanting to go somewhere all the time, Sag, sun, rising, and moon. Or maybe you've decided this is the year that you come out of the closet, literally, and you announce to your friends and family that, you know what, I'm not cis, I'm bi, I'm trans, I'm non-binary, I am me, and I'm okay with that. Or maybe you come out of the emotional closet and you say to people, I want to celebrate more. I want to go on more trips with friends, not just by myself. I want to be with people of like mind. I want to be with people who are from different cultures. I follow this guy on Instagram. His name is Christian. I forget his last name, but he took 365 days to travel around the world, and he shows you where to go on a budget. He's amazing. He's like, here I am in Tokyo, here I am in Tokyo, and I'm going to try this for the first time. I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty good. Oh, it's fried worms or whatever. Or here I am in Hungary, and you could stay at this beautiful hostel for, $23 a night. So Sag, sun, rising, and moon, you are ready to get, it's like your spiritual boarding pass, and you're ready to go to new places by grounding, keyword, grounding yourself in the now for what is possible. And it's not, oh, I want to do this. It's, yeah, you want to do all those things, but where are you behind me? Oh, you're down. Here you are. There you are, Sag. It's like your arrow is always pointing somewhere and you want to get going. Okay, cool. So get going, but have the plan first and then start trusting your intuition. You need to combine intuition and spiritual practice with a physical thing. So right before you head out on the road, or you plan a business, or you help someone edit a book, whatever, or you write a book, I want you to just meditate for 10 minutes and get centered, because that's the vibration that you're going to put into your work. Make sense? All right, Capricorn. Thanks for sticking with me, folks. I know it's like It's a lot, but it's cool, huh? Do you like this? Is this helping? Thumbs up, say hello, come say hi to me. We're talking about a reset for each of the signs, sun, rising, and moon. Oh, I don't need that piece of paper. We're done with that one. Okay, so now Capricorn, you've been through it. Okay, you Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon. Okay, everybody, just like let's group hug for Capricorn. You have been through it. You've been through it. Pluto is leaving your sign. Pluto didn't do anything to you, and by some accounts, and by some scientists, it's not even, or astronomers, it's not even considered a planet. It is in astrology. And yeah, right? Whatever you've been through, you're on the final ride. You're on the last wave on this ocean, takes you right into shore. Smooth sailing, because now you're coming up on this place where Pluto is moving into Aquarius. Now, Pluto, March 23rd to June 11th, Pluto is in Aquarius. And that is an indication, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon, of what you can expect for the next, how many years? I'm so spacey right now. Let me just check. When Pluto, is it 14? No. 7, 14? 24 years? Anyway, a long time. I'm going to check right now. Hang on. I have to do this because now I can't find it. Never mind. I don't want to break the momentum. Okay. But many, many years. It'll be in Aquarius. And so during the March 23rd through June 11th of this year, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon, you're going to get that sensation of that you want to hit that Staples button. That was easy because you're at the end of it. You're going to go, I don't know what just happened, but it happened. You took the time to pay attention to what your needs are, to how you're feeling. There's been, I would say, if there were a sign that in the past 15 to 20 years has experienced more angst, more internal worry, stress, responsibility, and cortisol spikes, it's been Capricorn, sun, rising, or moon. And that feeling of, what do I do now? Oh, I got to do that. I don't know how to do that. Who's going to help me do that? What if I can't do that? Oh my God. And then calm down. It's okay. You're good. You got this. You did it. And so whether that was a relationship, a job, getting your health together, whether that was just adapting to Earth. I'm 62, Capricorn rising. I just landed. Okay. Just be honest about that. I just landed in my body. So you can do it too. And this next, I want to call it a joyride. January is the month now where we have like a whole lot of planets in Capricorn, including Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn. And so what that means is you're going to think it and then you're going to stop thinking it because it's not going to help you. So when you stop thinking it, you go, I used to think that all the time. I don't know what's changed. I don't know what happened. Or for some people, it's like, I know exactly what happened. I personally took the time to go to a Joe Dispenza workshop, a 7-day, and he hates to call it meditation. It's more like a conscious awareness experience. And I did the pre-work. I've known about Joe Dispenza for many years, but in July, I did the online course. I was like, oh, this is everything I know and love. And I love the science behind it. I want to know more about the science behind who I am and what I do. So I actually signed up for his week-long intensive. And when I went to that, he had a researcher come on stage who now works with him. And the researcher came on and said, yeah, when I was first approached by Joe Dispenza, I was thinking, okay, he wants me to attend this group so I could start researching the chemical effects of meditation. Okay, sure, I could do that. But, whatever. And this researcher said, and he's from UC San Diego researcher who researches in the cancer ward. I mean, he's got data from all over the world about the stats of what affects what. So now he's being asked to join a Joe Dispenza group, and he does. And he said, I started the week thinking, oh, it's going to be like a bunch of yoga mats and lavender mist. That's what he said. We're all laughing. And he goes, and then I did the week. I cried every day. And the impatience that I had, that I had a quick temper and I was always getting angry. He goes, that disappeared. I'm a completely different person. And not only that, but we can prove what this meditation, this type of coherence meditation does to the physical form. Not only does it help you improve, but then you get the flow, you're connected to the quantum field, and then that energy that I used to do called laying on of hands. So, and they had stats up on the board, these people have been tested. Their blood has been tested, their urine, their all their body stuff has been tested. This is what happens before the meditation, during the meditation, and after the meditation. And so I left that place 2.0. 2.0. So because I wanted to know the science behind it. And so that science validated the last 40 years of my life. Where's the mic? I'm dropping it. Okay, so Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon. You're going to finish up now. You're going to finish up that. I can't do it. You're going to finish up. Oh my God, I can't lose 5 pounds. Okay, let's not focus on the little things. Let's focus on what matters. That feels like it's true. That feels like it's true because you are creating matter. You know this now. You're creating the matter. What's the matter? You. Your matter is divine. And so the lunar, oh wait, hang on. I have notes. Yeah, that's the big news. The eclipses, yes, the one in October, I would say, is more of a profound one for you. Lunar eclipse on October 28th at 5 degrees of Taurus. See where that is in your chart because it trines you, which is a blessing, an ease, an open door. It facilitates letting go. So if you are coming up on the end of an issue, a trauma, an experience, a way of being, maybe you're going to stop taking medication. Maybe you're going to begin a new career. Maybe you're divorced. Maybe you've been through it, but now it's like, now what do I want to do? Oh, I'm so excited. And so October helps you to wrap it all up. Done. Who are you going to be, Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon? I can't wait to see. I'm excited for you because on March 7th, when Saturn, your guide, your celestial ruler, your astrological leader and muse, moves into Aquarius on March 7th, I got this. Yeah, I got that weight that used to be so heavy. Watch me lift it with one finger. It's going to feel like the end of the road has come so quickly. And now you're the professional. You're the professional you, and nobody can tell you otherwise. Now, Aquarius, let's all gather around and give Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon a big hug because Pluto is entering your sign, which means you're ready to grow. So if you know any Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon, Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, you want to turn to them and say, I must learn from your wisdom. Because what just happened to you, I think is going to happen to me. Ears ringing. So we hit on some truth. So Pluto in Aquarius, March 23rd. Oh my gosh, especially in the March months through June 11th, you're going to feel like I have to grow up now. Or grow. It's time to grow, not grow up, grow. So you're going to know, Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, the thing that doesn't work for you, immediately it's going to vibe. You're going to say, no. The thing that gives you that sense of trepidation, now it can be, I've never done it before, I don't know. Let's say our kid who's an Aquarius rising suddenly gets an offer to design, art in a book because they're an artist, and they might go, I've never done that before, but okay. So there's the nerves, there's the trepidation. What if I fail? What if I get it wrong? But here's the opportunity. You ready to grow? You ready for some freedom? You ready to move forward? And so maybe some people are going to try vibrational therapy. Maybe some people will try psilocybin so that they can get off of Prozac or something else that's not jiving with their body and their mind. These replacements that are really meant to lessen the anxiety are just that. They're just replacements. They don't do it for you. They do it to a degree, but you're going to do it for you. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, and you're going to enter a new phase. So look to see where Pluto is in Aquarius in your chart, because this is going to be one of the most profoundly impacted areas of your life. And it's your taste of transformation. It's your taste of, I'm ready to go to the next level. Now, some people, depending on where Pluto is, I'm not saying, and please don't misunderstand me, somebody, that I'm telling you, you're going to leave the earth, but some people will leave the earth knowing that there's something greater and that they can have more of an impact on the earth by being off planet. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that's you, because it is sad when someone leaves, but it can be an elder. Maybe grandpa's going. It depends on where Pluto is in your chart, because Pluto is the core, the TNT of your psyche, the core of your unconscious self. It is all about the fear. So let go of the fear and understand that you chose to come here. Folks, you are the aspect, you are the extension of your higher inner being. So you're here like in a virtual reality game going, oh, that hurt. I'm not going to touch that again. Or, oh, that feels good. Let's have some of that. Oh, that was too much. I need to recover. So it's like you're experiencing what it's like to be on this earth and bringing that light with you and extending it into the world. So you're going to want to make an impact. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. How will you do that? Well, first, you're going to impact you by overcoming that past fear, whatever it is. I'm not enough. It's not enough. They're not enough. It's never going to happen. I keep circling the drain. Well, then stop circling the drain and change your pattern. Change up the pattern that creates new neural pathways in your brain. And then you're able to attract something new to you because you're creating your reality. So in March, on March 7th, when Saturn enters Aquarius, until January of 2025, is it? That's when, wait a minute. I'm sorry, May of 2025. That's when, no, let me back up. I was looking at Pisces. Saturn leaves Aquarius on March 7th. So Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon, you're going to go, yay. I could breathe now. And so then we'll talk about that for Pisces. But when that happens between now and March 7th, you're given this sense of freedom to, now it's going to be in Pisces. Saturn is going to be in Pisces. And for you, look to see where that is in your chart. If you're an Aquarius rising, it's probably around the second house, what you value, so it depends on where it is. But you're going to get this sense of, I need to mature in that area. I have wisdom I can share with others in that area of your chart. So, and there's wisdom, there's new structure, there's freedom. There's a sense of, I've built something, or I am building something. And I feel like I have something to share. I feel like I know something. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. So that could be teaching. You're always going to be a lifelong learner because you're you, but that could be teaching. What do you want to teach? What do you want to share with others? How can you lead? Maybe if you're about to retire, you're thinking, well, I could mentor some up and coming, business people from a certain college or university, so you want to plan how that looks to you and what you want to do with this energy, because this freedom and overcoming the past is where you're where you're headed in 2023. I need to take a sip. Hey, folks, thanks for sticking with me so long. Remember, you can get your 2023 reset reading. And why would you do that? Well, because when I show you exactly in your chart the thing that's been stopping you and the doorknob that you can open to get to the future, wouldn't you want to get there sooner than later? Yeah. So go ahead, sign up, 45 minutes with me. You're going to love it. Kamal, thank you. I have a Leo sun, Aries moon, and Leo rising. Wow, you got a big year. You have a big year with the eclipses and the Venus retrograde. So if you're just joining me, go back and listen from the beginning, because you may have a combination of signs, and this will definitely speak to you. All right. So Pisces, last but never least, this is huge for you, right? Just as all the signs are undergoing something different. The first week of March, Mercury, Sun, Neptune, all in Pisces. What does that mean? Well, You're going to be thinking about the next leg of your journey, what you want to do, how you want to do it, and where. Because when Neptune leaves your sign, oh my gosh, I just spaced out. Neptune, we have another year plus, but when Neptune leaves your sign, you're going to start to feel that sense of relief that you can get clear on something. Right now, you've been pulled toward who am I? How do I want to be? What can I do? Where's the addiction? Now, the addiction can be to a behavior, a feeling, a sensation. It could be to a chemical, a person. It could be to, oh, I just want to watch videos all day instead of, I'll do my job, I'll get paid, I'll pay the bills, but that's where I want to cap it. Or it could be to, I can't stop working. I love what I do, and my family keeps telling me I need to come home. So whatever you think you have been drawn into based on circumstance, the way you were raised, it doesn't matter really. But the point is you're here and you're more conscious, you're more aware. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, you're headed toward the next leg of that journey. Now, when Saturn enters Pisces on March 7th through May 4th of 2025, that's right, May 4th, 2025, Saturn spends about 2+ years, 2.5 years in any one sign. And that includes retrogrades. So when Saturn enters your sign in March, you're going to start to feel like I am the elder of the tribe, or I just graduated and I have the creds. I got street creds. I got, I have the potential to get out there and do something, but who's going to want me? So whether that be in medicine, science, metaphysical world, hands-on healing, energy work, art, painting, writing, poetry, filmmaking, fashion, designing something, that the direction that you can go in is to create that solidified foundation. How can I put the framework together so that I could be me in that space? All right, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. It's time to be kicked out of the nest. And you might be thinking, I'm 72 years old. I don't need to be kicked out of anybody's nest. Well, look at your closets. Are you cluttered? Are you moving? You need to move your energy. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, you're moving your energy, and it's big. And this feels like, when the lunar eclipse in Scorpio at 14 degrees comes around on May 5th of this year, it also lends that I can let go now. I can let go. I can let go of having to control that. I can retire. I can move into that other house. I'm downsizing, or I'm moving and I'm going to start my education and career, abroad. It depends on where this is in your chart. So, I want you to really be present. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. Be so present that you are able to intuit the next move. Because for Virgo, when Mars is in Virgo, hang on a second. When Mars is in Virgo, July 10th to August 22nd, Pisces, your sun, rising, and moon, you're going to feel motivated to do it your way. I want to do it my way. Why are they pushing against me? Why are they saying no? So you're going to be able to stand up for yourself, but you're also going to be able to do it in a way that that comes with expertise. So if you have to fire your doctor, if you have to tell your architect, I keep getting buzzing in my ear, and that is because Ododo James, I'm just going to ask you to stop what you're doing, and because you're soliciting. Thank you. So I'm just going to go in there and delete comments. I'm sorry, Pisces, we had to enter. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, Pisces. Someone's going to come in, just like Ododo James, trying to solicit and give you something that is unauthorized. You're going to have to stand up for yourself in a very kind way. So I'm just going to delete and block the user. And that happens, right? So there's no angst, there's no judgment, there's no, hey buddy, just be that simple about it, right? So Pisces also this year, your finances are going to undergo with the solar eclipse in Aries, depending again on where, this is just a general read, but depending on where this takes place in your chart, your finances are going to undergo a shift. Now, it doesn't mean for positive or negative. It just means maybe you're going to start investing in something different. Maybe you're going to plan for the future. Maybe you're going to have estate planning done. Maybe you're going to look at the long haul. Maybe you're going to take some of that money and build something like that vacation home that you've always wanted. Or again, it depends on where this is in your chart. But if you are looking at any kind of financial investment, you want to, or investment of time, energy, money, resources, you want to make sure that you understand the bigger picture, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, because this year is also going to bring you that sense of, because I'm reading it against the lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And it almost feels like you're sandwiched between, I'm leaving that, whatever that is, I'm leaving that behind. It's liminal. That's what it is. It's liminal, a foot in both worlds. So if you're someone who has been very ill, you can decide now, I have the power to move forward. I'm going to make my own decisions because that treatment they're giving me is not working. I'm going to find something else. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to try Joe Dispenza. Literally, we were working on people from hospitals and each other. And people walked away able to walk again, see again, hear again. Okay. And it shows in the science. So start thinking about how you want to put your expertise to use, and that can be in that liminal place where one foot in both worlds. And it can be, I am moving to another country, but I still have this house to take care of. So I'm going to wrap up here, but I'm going to fly out there and I'm going to see what's going on over there. Right. So it's like between here and there, but it's not a rock and a hard place. It's just between the present, which represents the culmination of the past. All the calendar dates come up to today. And then, but that's your future is over there. And so it can feel a little disconcerting. It can feel like you're losing your footing. So that's when you, especially when March 7th rolls around through May 4th of 2025, you're going to feel like, oh, this feels like pressure. This feels like a burden. This feels hard. So if it does get to that place, I want you to always step back, check in with how you feel, ask for help, and then meditate on the easiest solution and have that phrase going. For me, it's Christmas always works out for me, and every day is Christmas. And it's not a religious thing. It's about the lights. It's about light for me. It's about that sensation of love, compassion, giving and receiving and allowing. So my life always works out for me. In every single moment, I am supported. I have magic flowing through me. So whatever phrase you want to latch onto, have it be present tense, but also positive, not future tense, and nothing negative. It's not like, yeah, bad things don't come my way anymore is not a positive phrase. Because what are we focused on? Whatever you focus on, that's what grows. So the word bad, I only allow what's beneficial to enter. Beneficial things only enter my life. Everything I need comes to me exactly when I need it. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. I want you to start moving that spiritual energy to make matter so that it will reduce that pressure that you might feel in the next year, 2 years plus of, I should do it. I'm the elder. I'm the older sister. I'm the, I graduated first. I should give part of my income to my kid sister who then she can go to college. It's like, let go of having to control it and see where life is flowing for you. Rhonda says, powerful stuff for Pisces and Capricorn. I am ready. So ready. Yay. I'm so ready for you to be ready. All right. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. And I'm just going to pull a final card. I am so high spiritually right now. I know that I have a desk because there's stuff on it. Okay. So which card deck shall I pick? Well, I can go with my usual. Let me go with my usual, my universal law. Was this helpful for people? I hope so, because I forget which day it was. I have it written down, but one of the Thursdays I am unable to make it. So I thought I would just double up today. And remember, go and get your reset reading 2023. It's 45 minutes with me and for $197. And I'm going to cover exactly what is going to happen to you this year in 2023 and what you're creating. It's not what's happening to you, it's what you're creating. And I want to be able to help you fine tune it, hone in, and get exactly what you want. So you can feel like Christmas always works out for me and every day is Christmas, because it is the truth. So wherever you feel stuck in life is where I go. Yes, very helpful. Yay, good. I'm so happy. Whee! Oh, that one wants to be out. Oh, okay, folks, remember to share, like, subscribe wherever you're watching this, because I live stream to YouTube and Facebook. On YouTube, I'll have to go back in and create the timestamps for each of the signs. So that's upcoming this afternoon. But until then, I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know. Thumbs up. All right, there's just one more card. It just feels like it's shy. I don't know. It's not. Oh, there it is. Okay. The mind. The mind. That's where it all comes from, folks. If you can focus your mind on the feeling that is right now, I'm going to move that over. I'm going backwards. Okay, look at that matrix, the mind. If you can move your mind to the present moment, but also project it into the future and bring back the feeling of what the future feels like, you have just collapsed time. That is a reality. You can collapse time by projecting into the future that, oh, I'm going to go on that interview and I'm going to feel really comfortable. And I know it's in my best interest. I feel really great about it. And you're in that interview and things are going great. And you bring that feeling of completion to you. You can literally collapse time. And in a shorter amount of time, you get the job. Where you put your mind is where you put your energy. Where you put your energy is what manifests. It's that simple. And here's the other one. Okay, of course, awareness. You have to be present. That's almost so sparkly to me, like it's moving. Yeah, okay, I'm not high. I'm telling you, I'm not. Universal law, awareness. And if you were to look at a kaleidoscope online and you watch it moving, there are ones that go in and there are ones that come out towards you, ones that go in and away from you, and ones that come out towards you, and they just keep like growing and coming out. Go find one of those and stare at that and feel your future. Feel a future event. Oh, I'm going on vacation. It's going to be fabulous. And you watch that and you go, what? The multitude in a kaleidoscope that's moving, the multitude of outcomes is everything everywhere all at once. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of silly, but the whole potential is you have many different potentials. You have many different outcomes. So which one do you want to focus on? And that can be, oh no, I'm never going to get that job, but I'm still going to try. What do you think is going to happen? It's a crapshoot. So think about and go watch a kaleidoscope and watch it moving towards you, because then you're bringing it to you. Which somewhere in one of these dimensions, you're bringing a reality to you, because your higher inner being is saying, you want this one? Do you want this one? How about that one? Which one would you like? It's like, oh, I want that one. Look at that. Like, I want to know what that is. So I'm going to go over there. I've been over here. Now I want to go over there. And it feels great. It feels expansive. It feels supportive. It feels loving. It feels lucrative. That's where you want to go. Put your awareness on where you want to go, but feel it now. And you collapse time and you bring it to you. Ta-da! All right, folks, I'm going to collapse right now into a nice hot cup of mountain tea. This is my new cup. This is my birthday present, my Christmas present, my everyday present to myself. A company called Arte Italica, and I waited till I found one on sale. I'm such a Capricorn rising. All right, folks. I hope to see you soon. I'm pretty sure I will be here next week. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but you'll hear from me. And if you're not signed up on my newsletter, please go over to AstrologyMojo. I will update it, I promise. But not yet, because I have so many other things I'm doing. And you can sign up for the newsletter. And as always, I wish you peace and I appreciate you. Thank you.